Josh Lone and I'm from Lone Design Studios. Today we're going to talk a little bit about spiced walnut, which is what this table is here right in front of me. It's one of the 4 finishes we offer on walnut. Those finishes are natural, blackened, weathered, and spiced. So spiced of those 4 is the one where it's the most red. So it adds a little bit of a red tone to walnut. Walnut naturally has some red tones to it, so this will bring out those red tones a little bit more and even out the amount of red everything is just a little bit. That's why we call it spiced, because it looks a little spicy, it looks a little red, a little bit more red than walnut already does. So walnut has a lot of natural variation in it on its own. That's why the natural finish is so popular on walnut. Natural is our most popular finish, I will say. Spiced is not the most popular, but it's wonderful in a lot of settings. But walnut on its own has a lot of variation to it. So it's got some blonder parts and some darker parts. The darkness of the wood depends an awful lot on how old the wood is. So that's not just the tree as a whole, but the different parts of the tree. The center of the tree is the heartwood is the oldest. And so as you get closer to the edge of the tree gets a little bit blonder and a little bit yellower. Blonder is the right word to use. And so not all walnut is exactly the same. That's what makes it so lively. The grain is also very interesting. And so between the color variation and the way that it can marble across very interesting grain, walnut's a very lively wood and has a ton of character in it. And so the spiced finish makes it all just lean a little bit more red. Just a little bit warmer tones. It's very pretty. It works great in a lot of different settings. If your home is one of those, then you definitely go for it. If you're not sure, by all means, get some samples. Let's send you out some colors. We can send you all 4 different finishes on walnut. We can send you a few different reds. It's similar in some ways to the brick finish on our other woods. So we do different finishes on walnut than the other woods that we do. Walnut is a brown, it's a darker wood to begin with, where the other 3 are very blonde to start with. So we finish it differently. So it's kind of similar to brick in some ways, except that walnut on its own has more variation in color than the other woods do. So the spiced finish lets a lot of that color continue to shine through. Like everything else that we work with, walnut is a hardwood. It's wonderful to work with and it's wonderful to have. It holds up to pretty much everything you have to throw at it. It's sturdy, it's strong, and it's finished in a way that's very robust. We finish it with Rubio Monocoat, which is a finish that's not only easy to maintain, but also very easy to clean. So most anything you spill on it, you can wipe up with water. If you manage to make a mess that's a little bit bigger, a little bit harder to clean up, maybe it's something sticky, who knows. Rubio Monocoat Surface Cleaner is a product that works perfectly with the finish and will help clean up pretty much anything else. It's a finish that's made to last super, super long time. It's designed for floors, it's super robust, but it's also food safe, makes it great for tables that you're gonna have for a very long time. So that's spiced walnut. If you have any other questions, feel free to message us at lonedesignstudios.com or send us an email, hello@lonedesignstudios.com. And yeah, if you wanna see it, order some samples. It's a really inexpensive way to get the piece of wood in your own space, and you can see how it compares to everything else you have around and get a feel for what you think of the color.